Welcome to Rustic Cottage Co. I'm Julie and I hope you like my Facebook page Rustic Cottage Co, my group Rustic Cottage Co, and my YouTube channel Rustic Cottage Co. This video is to inspire you. Please give the thumbs up, like, tell your friends and pass the word on. That will help my business. I much appreciate the time you're taking to enjoy this video. Please keep watching and let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you again for watching Rustic Cottage Co. from Julie. Have a great day. Enjoy the movie. So I got this book here from the thrift store. I believe it was 99 cents. And then I went to Dollar Tree and picked up, it says reptile, but basically it's different snakes. And then I picked up this one from Dollar Tree. Also it says reptiles, but this one seems to be different spiders. So then I also picked up this jewel stickers. And we're gonna play with this and some paints and turn this into a book of spells. So let's get on with that. So I've cut out some of the stickers and I've just literally stuck them on the book where I want them to be and on the edge too. I will be painting over them. I'm using them as texture more than anything. So I've already stuck them on. They were stickers anyway. I have some left over and that can be for a different project, or maybe I'll add it on. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But right now I've got what I need on this, and next we'll be positioning the spiders and sticking those on. So let's get the glue gun out. Well, I'm going to be using this colour here, and as you can see it's quite the mess. I've used it lots. It's a big jar and I do use it lots. I use it a lot Christmas time, as I'm not really into gold, but I prefer the bronze look, which looks like an antique gold rather than a bright gold when I'm doing anything Christmassy. Anyway, I'm going to be using this. It's a bronze colours, Rust-Oleum metallic paints, and I've got already one coat, still a little kind of damp, so one coat on the back, and now I'm just going to cover the front with the actual paint too. So I'm just going to literally, oh, let's get some more on my brush. It's already dried out from me waiting for the front. So I'm literally just going to paint over everything that I have on here right now, going on all directions, getting it into all the grooves of the little stickers we put on earlier. Go in each direction, making sure you get it in everywhere, and then, oops, getting it all over my new tablecloth, but that's okay. I can change that up anytime. And then just getting the sides too. Getting right down in the creases of the bind. And then just leave that to dry, and we'll get on to the next stage. So this is still a little tacky. I'm going to try and do what the next step while it's a little tacky, because I think it might dry better. I'm using my glue gun. As you can see, this is really old. I definitely need a new glue gun. Oh my goodness. So embarrassed, but I don't use them often, so this will do for now. So first of all, I'm going to try to make a spider web with the actual, if I can get it in place here, glue. So just go along and then go down the sides. A little tricky, but it's okay. The more it's kind of spider webby, the better. And as I say, I'm trying to get it so it's, oops, it's coming up. So let's just get that to stick here. Use my fingernail. And if it doesn't stick, then I can actually put some glue on later. So now I'm going to go out from the corner to right out here, another line, and then another one. And it's looking quite good actually right now. So we're just going to do a little bit to join them so it looks like a web. Being careful you don't pull up all what you've already done. And as I say, if you find it comes off a little, that's fine, let it dry, because you can always glue it back down with the actual glue gun itself when it's, because the glue will be dry then. And just a little, one more. And I think that will be good. Yes, I'm happy with that. Can you see that? Oh, that looks good there. And then I'm going to do another kind of a web string going down here. So I'm going to start here and just let that kind of loop down like that. So next I'm going to put some of these spiders and some of the different beetles and snakes and things. I'm going to glue them on, but I'm going to wait now until this glue part, the actual web and everything, is dried, glued and stuck, and anywhere it may pull up I will glue it back down, because I want these to go on top, and I don't want, while I'm sticking them, to pull it back off. So just take your time on this, let it all dry, and then we'll stick on our bugs. So I've started sticking these on. All I do is use the glue gun and just put some all the way on the parts that I know is going to touch the book, and just squeeze my glue on. I've used, as you can see, a lot of the yellow ones, not for any reason other than I figured they would probably be a bit easier to paint over, but this one here is red, so we'll see on this one. Now I want it right here, but I want the book to be able to open and close. So these are done, and I'm going to take some of these little bits off after when it's all dry, clean it up. But right now I just want it to fully dry and stick to the book, and then we'll do the next part. It's coming together nicely. Okay, these seem to be stuck nicely now, and now I'm going to go back over, and using the same colour, I'm going to now just paint everything. So just, oh, that one came off, so I'll have to re-stick it back on. Let's hope they don't all come off. I'll have to be gentle. And just painting over everything. And as I say, if any come off, I'll just stick them back on again after. The paint's just quite thick, so it may just a little bit pull on the actual glue itself. These are fine, it was just that one, so I'll redo that one after. So just go over the whole thing. Including the web. Be gentle on the web, you don't want to break that. And this spider needs a little more glue too. Making sure you get in everywhere. And the snakes, just everywhere. Make sure you get underneath the snake too. And just cover the whole thing in the bronze colour. So I believe this is dry now, and I am just going to quickly put on a coat of the matte clear. Because this is a shiny paint, I don't believe it needs it, but just to make life a little bit easier on myself, I'm just gonna put it over everything. Just then with any distressing I do, anything I do to it, I find it will be a lot easier to have a protective clear coat over the top. So I'm just going to put that everywhere. Getting in all to the details. You might want to keep touching it up so you don't get any spills, any drips. And just go over the whole thing. It dries clear, but as I say, you don't want it too thick anywhere. And then just a little bit on the back here too. Just a quick coat in between so that we can get on with the next step. And just let it dry. Okay, so next I'm going to use these stickers and I'm going to stick them on to put the word spells. Nice. P E. Just checking I had two L's. And S. It's good job I had two S's as well. Alright, and then let's see, do I have, yeah, spells. Let's take, yeah, well that's fine. We'll leave it at that. And what I'm going to do next is I've got a black chalk paint. This is the black I usually use. Oh, I should have opened it first. I get so stuck. There we go. And I'm going to paint over everything again. So, got my brush here and just paint over everything. Getting it all into all the edges. Take your time, try not to pull off any of your bugs. To get it right underneath here, you may have to just go all different angles. this spider really get in there. And just get it everywhere. And also do the back as well. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this and then just let it dry. As you can see, I have started wet distressing back and just using a damp cloth, and I'm just going to rub onto any raised area and reveal back the bronze. Just taking your time. You want to rub fairly hard, but not too hard that you're taking the actual spider off. And then make sure you're getting the pattern you put on there with stickers from the beginning, if you remember. I'm just revealing back. That's always great when someone comes to the door just as you're filming, but anyway, what was I saying? So I'm wet distressing and just going back over, as I said, the detail, the stickers we put on, and making sure all the raised areas, you're just bringing back that detail. And just using different parts of the cloth just to make sure you get. Now I've already took the stickers off where I put spells, but to me that's a little too perfect, so I'm just going to run the damp cloth over that just a little. So I'm just kind of going to just try and make it not as perfect. Just a little more. Ah, that's better. Get some real distress on it. There we go. And a little bit, I think, just on this edge is a little too perfect. Great. I've got that looking nice. And now, oh, we missed this beetle here. Oh, what is this? Is it a beetle? You got to keep getting different parts of the cloth that's not been used, or else you're just going to be rubbing black back on. There we go. A little bit more over here. And just get this corner too. If I can, get a clean part of the cloth. Just go in the corners. There we go. And the edges. And there we go, that's looking good. I got some texture down here from some glue, so I'm just going to try and bring that texture, because I like texture. And rather than it being where the glue was, let's just make it into where the book's kind of textured and yummy. So you have to keep moving on the cloth to get cleaner parts of the cloth for it to work. There's a hair right there. Hold on, I don't know if it's a hair or if it's, yeah, it is. It's one of my hairs there. Well, it's starting to come together nicely. Just keep going at it in different parts where you think it should be. Just revealing some of the bronze. And put as little or as much as you wish. I'll do a little more on this tail here. And a little more on this tail. All right, I think that looks quite good. I'm gonna just make sure this. Now it's wet again because we used a wet cloth. So I'm gonna let that dry again a little bit and then go in and do the next stage, which is putting some glaze and putting some wax. We're going to do both. And that's what we'll be doing next. All right, next step, we're going to use this glaze, and I'm just going to use a little bit. I've got a wet cloth. Usually when I do glaze, I do it with a dry cloth, but I've got a wet cloth, and I'm just going to rub it kind of on the edges of the book and around the book, just dabbing it in and just putting a little of a brownness to the book, making sure I get it in all the crevices, and then I'm just going to wipe off. And then again on with the brown. All over the book. I think I have a hair there again. I don't know, it must be the same one. I've got my hair down today, so I've got to be really careful when I have my hair down. Anyway, putting the, it could be from the cloth too, just putting the glaze everywhere. To give the book an aged look. And then just going back and just dabbing back, just to give the book an old look. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit more into the web itself, and then just dab back. And some corner here, and dab back. All right, I think that's good enough for the aged, and I need now just, I'm going to use my black cloth here and just wipe away any parts I don't want. And it, as I say, it looks a little older looking, just a little bit of marks from the rack there, so take that off. And as you can see, it's got some age to it. And we'll next be putting on the wax. That will be next. So we're almost finished with this spell book. The last thing I want to do is put on some white wax. And as you can see, I don't have much left, But it's enough for this, so I will use it for this and then have to get some more. Anyway, I'm going to put some on a lint-free cloth and just put it everywhere. And what you're doing is just wiping it everywhere, and then you are going to be wiping it off. So you kind of need to be quick on it, especially in the summertime, I find, because it does dry quicker in the summer and then less quick in the winter or humid weather. So just gonna quickly rub it back, and then all it is it's going to stay in some crevices. That's all you want on the white. And just take your time getting it where you want it to be and rubbing it off where you don't want it to be. And if you find you have too much, you can use a damp cloth and rub off. And obviously, if you have too little, just add more. Use slight damp cloth, this one here, to get some of this off. It's just a little too much, but I do want to get it onto the web itself a little. So let's get some just on the web part, push it in to the web. You can always use a little bit of a brush to push it right in there. Brush here. Oh, one of my brushes is stiff. Let's try this. Oh, this one's a good one. Get it right in there. And then rub it back off. And then get your damp cloth and then just rub completely on anywhere you don't want it to be. The white wax, I find, just gives it that spookiness. That's all I find. That's why I put it on. It's not particularly coating, you know, and top coat or anything like that. I just find it gives it a spookiness to it. And I think let's get under here, around here. Here, just a bit of a too much of a line there, and I could do this and just kind of find spots forever. Just dig some of that out because it's clumping in there. That's better. You want it white, but you don't want it clumpy. And there we go. We have a spell book. And I'm just going to turn it this way because I find some of the white is just gone under here. So pull that out in here and then a little bit in here. And just knock that back. That's better. There we go. And we have our spell book. So I'm going to put that onto the display and let me know what you think. I'm Julie from Rustic Cottage Co. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and thumbs up. Thank you.